This is a Saturday Morning TVLog from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Welcome to another Saturday Morning TVLog, and this time around it's Two Stupid Dogs, brought to us by Hanna-Barbera and Turner Programming Services. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm the Big D, and this is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So this week's Saturday Morning TVLog is Two Stupid Dogs, which originally was starting out as a Sunday morning show, but it did get shown on Saturday mornings too, I believe, because this was also shown on two different ways, you know. Anyway, originally premiering on the TBS network on September 5th, 1993, as part of their new Sunday morning in front of the TV block, and in syndication as part of the Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera, which would be seen on Saturday or Sunday morning. So henceforth, I'm factually going to count this as Saturday morning TV log. Now, a show which was also actually originally known as Two Stupid Dogs and Super Secret Secret Squirrel is a show that really was really comical and really put back some of the good fun and feel of earlier shows Hanna-Barbera gave to us long ago. The main segments featured the two unnamed dogs, respectively called the Little Dog and the Big Dog, in the credits. The show entirely used digital ink and paint in every episode. Now, of course, each week, Big Dog and Little Dog, well, they're just unintelligent and they get into all sorts of crazy, hysterical, everyday misadventures. Anyway, the animation style in its first season is unusual for the time, a very flat and simplistic style similar to the early Hanna-Barbera cartoons of the 1950s to 1960s, but with early 1990s humor and sensibility. The weirder, no, not weirder, but wilder, more absurd second season had more fluid and exaggerated character animation. The show was described as Hanna-Barbera's answer to Nickelodeon's hit of Ren and Stimpy, who of course were created by John Kricfalusi. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Who of course was also with Hanna-Barbera. He served as a consultant on the series, and that premiered 2 years prior. Now, like Ren and Stimpy, of course, the dogs are not very bright. The show is scored with jazz music, and the comedy style leans on gross out body secretion humor. Excuse me. It was the first show put into production by Hanna-Barbera's new president, Fred Seibert, in 1992, but asked about the comparison. So he was unconcerned, saying that it was like Pearl Jam worrying about being compared to Nirvana. Yes, but anyway, the show proves to have a very funny theme song and what have you, and it really had a lot of crazy vibes to it and what have you. A backup segment was added in the form of Super Secret Secret Squirrel, a sequel to their 1965 hit of Secret Squirrel. But it was only shown the first season's episodes, though, which was also similar to early Hanna-Barbera shows, even the original series. The series served as a precursor to the programming of Cartoon Network, where Hanna-Barbera would earn more success with series similar in tone. From which, of course, right about the time they were bought out by Turner Entertainment, the Turner Programming Service, and TBS's parent company at the time. Now, of course, I grew up watching this. Well, I didn't have TBS, unfortunately, because I didn't have cable where I lived when it originally premiered. However, my local Fox affiliate, however, did air the show along with SWAT Cats, the Radical Squadron, which also debuted the same year, which I Now, I definitely gotta talk about that show too. Now, apparently, according to Martin Goodman, aka Dr. Tuna of Animation World magazine, he described the series as one of two clones of Ren and Stimpy. Despite the creator of that show acted as a consultant on the series. The other being the Schnookums and Meat Funny cartoon show, which was shown on Fridays on the other big syndicated cartoon block, being the Disney Afternoon. The series got nominated for an Annie Award for Best Individual Achievement for Artistic Excellence in the field of animation. After this, it even got nominated for Outstanding Film Sound Mixing and Outstanding Achievement in Animation, but unfortunately lost to Nickelodeon's breakout hit of a Nicktoon, Rugrats. Even so, I really think that this show is absolutely very, very funny, and it just proved to have so much comical hystericalness and what have you. Now, apparently, there have been some episodes that have taken on a ton of stakes, especially with maybe a cat and what have you. I mean, little dog can't do anything, but big dog does. Comes up to woof, and then we eek. I can do that, and then clink. Oh, that was pretty hilarious. Let's see, and there's this one episode. This was the second segment from episode 12 in the first season. The dogs end up as contestants on this episode's title, "Let's Make a Right Price," which was kind of a combination title between "Let's Make a Deal" and "The Price is Right." More like a parody of "The Price is Right," with host Bill Baker, who was voiced by Casey Kasem. Oh boy. Of course, this wasn't. Now, of course, Kasem would also do the voice of the alien game show host on You Bet Your Planet in an episode of The New Adventures of Captain Planet, which also premiered the same year. Right? But boy, oh boy, I really get a ton of laughs from this show. Oh yeah, sometimes they even encounter Red, which is Little Red Riding Hood to you, who is totally, absolutely bonkers and what have you, a total nutsoid. In their first encounter with her in the second short in episode 6, they think they're going to Grandma's house, but it's really the Three Bears' house. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm spilling the beans out to you. I'm sure a lot of you have watched this show. When they did the second time in episode number 10, second episode, Red Strikes Back, and that's when they unfortunately go to the witch's house from Hansel and Gretel. And then the next episode, she's back again in Return of Red, and this time they go to Grandma's house. Oh boy. Like I said, this show is absolutely totally bonkers. Let's see, what else was there? Oh yeah. Um or in the first short in episode number 1, Door Jam, they Big Dog loses to Candy Shun. They follow down the path they rose to, only to find can be trapped behind an automatic door in a little place called Y Mart, which was a parody of Kmart. Oh boy, very funny. Let's see. What else was there? Jerk. That's a good episode. That was the first episode of season 2. Boy, the dogs arrive at the Grand Canyon, then try to solve a puzzle. After the big dog completes the puzzle, the little dog rails against him for not including the word jerk in solution, and his voice echoes across the canyon. Oh, oh yeah, and there's also another character in this, Mr. Hollywood, who's this big dude. Yeah, and he kind of said one of his favorite bits before he says one of the things is, "Isn't that cute?" Similar to like Chopper from the Yacky Doodle cartoons from the Yogi Bear show, but it's like, "But it's wrong." But in the second short in episode 9, Hollywood's Ark, they do a parody of Noah's Ark, and the dogs really wreak oh dear, I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue tied here. Wreak havoc for Mr. Hollywood and the rest of the animals on the board on board and why have you. And what's a big dog swallows like a big sack, like I don't know what it was, flour or maybe was feed like Bob. And it's like, oh, isn't that cute? But we're all gonna die. Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. Um. Whew. Oh no. Oh yeah, and the first short of season 10, Family Values, they kind of encounter a little spoof of the Brady Bunch. Like that was pretty darn hilarious. Anyway, yeah, I had to give it credit for what it had to offer and all that jazz. Now then, now in Super Secret Secret Squirrel, our our friendly fuzzy faced crime fighting detective and his little companion Morocco Mole goes on more quests and what have you, with fun-filled adventure and what have you, but get into all sorts of predicaments and what have you. Although they do kind of have a new kind of boss, in the form of, well, like I think it's a buffalo or something. The chief is who he's called, but not like Double Q from the original. I'm sorry to say, and we don't get to see much of the old school characters like we saw in the original series, like Yellow Pinky and High Spy. We do see other characters and what have you. Let's see, those included. Let's see, Queen Bee, Quark, uh, Gold Flipper, Greg, uh, Platypus, which, fun fact, was voiced by Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill, right after he had made it as the voice of the Joker on Batman the Animated Series. Oh, the list goes on and what have you. Also adding to the mix, there's also Penny, who works alongside them at times. Well, anyway, yeah, that's okay. The chief is a Cape Buffalo, actually. I was close. And Gold Flipper is a sea lion. Now, now Penny here is a female squirrel assistant to the chief and possible love interest for Secret. Yeah, of course, Secret's art design remains relatively intact, but looks more modern than the original character, featuring hard lines and sharper angles, giving him a leaner and slicker style. Now, Morocco Mole, on the other hand, his color scheme has been redesigned. His wardrobe palette has been swapped, and he wears sunglasses this time. So, anyway, I found this to be pretty good and what have you. The chief always gives him a little bit of a little catchphrase here with a British accent, as evidenced by his catchphrase, "Good show, Secret." Anyway, yeah. But unfortunately, the Super Secret Squirrel segment only lasted for the first season, whereas Two Stupid Dogs continued on for just solo. Anyway, the show ended on February 13th, 1995, after an overall total of 2 seasons and 26 episodes produced and aired. The show later did get seen on Cartoon Network as well as Boomerang. To this day, the show is currently airing late Saturday nights on the MeTV Tunes channel. Check your local listings if you have it. The first season has been released on, well, not the first season, but there's one volume of the show released on DVD. I think it's at a good price, but it is. But of course, it's manufactured on demand, though. But we haven't received any other releases for it yet. Anyway, now for the voice acting cast, we have voicing the little dog is Mark Schiff. And I don't know much about him, but I gotta say he's very funny. A small, tiny, colored dachshund. He's much more energetic and hyperactive, but he's very scared of cats and what have you. The big dog is voiced by Brad Garrett, who this was before he went on to star on Everybody Loves Raymond. And of course, he had already done some numerous voice acting work for other cartoons and what have you. A large gray old English sheepdog with a purple nose, he's stronger and significantly more stoic and reserved than the little dog, and speaks much less. Then we have Mr. Hollywood, voiced by Brian Cummings. He's very funny. He likes to point out others' mistakes, like I said. Well, now isn't that cute? Well, it's wrong. Oh boy. And that's usually accompanied by a blaring foghorn. But there's lots of other characters that appear in the series. There's Cubby, voiced by Rob Paulsen, who of course was already well known for voicing Raphael in the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and he had recently voiced Haji in the New Adventures of Johnny Quest in the 80s. He would reprise that role for the Real Adventures series after this and SWAT Cats ended. Um, of course, he also voiced PJ on Goof Troop and Carl in Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius and its TV series, as well as Yakko and Pinky from Animaniacs, which actually also premiered the same year this show did. He's a fat spy man with big glasses, blonde hair, and blue lips. Boy, he works at various jobs like Mr. Hollywood. Kenny Fowler, voiced by Jared Leto, a small skinny kid with nerdy glasses who's often pushed around by Buzz, voiced by Whit Hertford. And he picks on Kenny and says, "What a Fowler!" whenever Kenny falls or makes a mistake. Now, Kenny's usually on friendly terms with the two stupid dogs. Then there's Buffy Ziegenhagen, voiced by Tamietti, who of course is a girl in Kenny's class who he has a crush on and who has a secret crush on him. Now, Red, on the other hand, is voiced by Candy DeMilo, who of course had already recently worked on tons of cartoons like Tiny Two Adventures, and of course she would later go on to lend her voice to tons of others and what have you, including, let's see, codenamed Kids Next Door, Clifford the Big Red Dog, let's see, the Dumb and Dumber animated series. She'd later gone on to voice numerous characters in other shows, like, let's see, she voiced Zadavia in Lunatics Unleashed, The Flea on Mucha Lucha, and Maya on Miami Miguel. Oh yeah, and don't forget, oh yeah, and Coco and Ma'am Foster in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Oh, the list goes on for that one. Definitely, my friends. Still, I have to give this credit, why have you, oh, but wait a minute. I forgot one thing. The Super Secret Secret Squirrel, yes. Now, as for the Secret Squirrel segment, we have voicing the titular character of Secret Squirrel is Jess Harnell, who of course that same year he was also involved in Animaniacs. He was the voice of Wacko Warner. He also later went on to lend his voices to tunes like Drawn Together, as well as Totally Spies, Sophia the First, and Doc McStuffins. Voicing Double Q in this series, or the Chief as he's called, is the late great Tony J, who of course later went on to lend his voice to numerous things. He would voice Shere Khan on Tailspin, as well as The Jungle Book 2, and Claude Frollo in The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Then we have Jim Cummings, of course, the voice of Winnie the Pooh and what have you, currently. Lends his voice to, well, Morocco Mole. Anyway, and voicing Penny is Kimmy Robertson. Most people would know her best as Lucy Moran of TV's Twin Peaks. Of course, she also had appeared on other things and what have you, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead and Leprechaun 2. She recently lent her voice to tunes like the Bill and Ted cartoon in Gravedale High, Batman the Animated Series, and the Little Mermaid Animated Series, where she was also a voice in the actual movie but was uncredited. So anyway, so now you know about this show, but I better show you some shots of our characters just in case you never seen it. Here's another shot of the title card with the big dog and little dog. Actually, I forgot to mention the series creator was Donovan Cook. Now here's a shot of the dogs along with Mr. Hollywood. Here's a little bit of a shot with just about all the characters you can see. You can tell by some of their faces and why have you, including Secret Squirrel, Chief, and Morocco Mo, and Penny, and all the others. So now you know about Two Stupid Dogs. This is a fun show. I would definitely recommend you watch this. Now, if you can find a DVD for a good price, maybe on Amazon, go for it. But if you can't, you might as well try and find it somewhere. The first season is currently available on the Internet Archive. I'm sorry I can't find the second season, though. If you can find it somewhere, I wish you the best of luck. So anyway, I think this show is definitely worth looking into. If you're into stuff like Ren and Stimpy, or maybe you've seen the Schnookums and Me Funny cartoon show, then I'd say you need to see Two Stupid Dogs. You won't be disappointed, definitely. So, what did you think of Two Stupid Dogs? Did you ever see this show when you were growing up? If so, tell me in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, and you know the rest. Join me later tonight when I bring to you a review of Joe Dirt. So if you like this, check out my reviews. Well, maybe not reviews, but check out some of these other tunes that I've talked about direct from Hanna-Barbera. In the upper left-hand corner is the Saturday Morning TVLog I did on the original Secret Squirrel from 1965. Or if you would like maybe another kind of fun-filled mix of cartoons, you can check out the Saturday Morning TVLog I did a few, well, months ago for one more underrated Hanna-Barbera tunes, CB Bears from 1977. Or if you'd like something really crazy and wavy that they did after Two Stupid Dogs, check out the Saturday Morning TVLog I did for the last Hanna-Barbera show to come to network television in the Dumb and Dumber cartoon from 1995. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as the Saturday Morning TVLog, then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching, and next week's Saturday Morning TVLog is Freakazoid, which you can watch along with Two Stupid Dogs on MeTV Tunes if you got it. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.